Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, previous minutes. I will put them already to main on 23rd prior to adoption. A little bit more, but discussing on my line, we identified out issues with allocation, confidence in software, and a lot of other things. I think it's a little bit bigger than just we discussed on my line.
Okay, I can change those.
You guys agree it's more than that? I think that there was just a lot discussed. We clarified a lot of things in our agreements, but we identified some opportunities.
It was just a workshop, correct? Like there was no like motion made to approve or anything.
Nope. That was we call it a sync meeting for just for us to get together and go over the final numbers for the budget to be adopted.
Okay. Yeah, I see those minutes from November 28th.
Yep. That was 10 minutes and we were home. Yeah. It was just the one before that.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Yep. We had the agenda for the sync meeting, which was the education about the OTs and the bill. Any other comments on that, guys? Any other questions? So we did get extension on Ready One. Did we have that in writing or is that verbal?
She sent it to me in an email.
Okay. I want to make sure we got it right.
Yeah, no, and we're working back and forth and talking and everything like that, so, yeah. But she did say that we were approved, I got it in an email.
Perfect. I just didn't want it to be word of mouth and then all of a sudden they go from changes and the next thing you know,
Yeah.
word of mouth doesn't pass through
Right.
and create an extension time. Anything else, guys? Okay. Clear. Approve those pretty quick. Approval claim, raise anything, stare at specific.
Well, there's just that one JTL invoice which I've noted there, and it was we just got it in, like it was a late ad, like, I mean, I didn't get it till just like a week ago. So we haven't paid anything, but we still have to do all of that stuff, because that's an ARPA one. So it's still gonna have to go technically through the county, like, for approval. But we wanted to at least have it in there since we were meeting early and try to, have it for approval. So then we can start the process with the county.
You weren't in the conversation, but we have two pay apps that were literally given to us today.
Yeah.
And we were going to approve those tonight. Bill Kirk yesterday, $800, then $3,050.
One of them was for the riprap at Daisy Hill, and the other was for the drainage clean out by the Chris Gerton's house.
Okay.
It was all on one bill, but that was what it was. And we had a quote that was approved at one of the previous meetings.
Yeah, I didn't realize we get invoices, but I guess we probably got the invoice.
Yeah, that was for the invoice.
Because that's the exact amount that he's going to do for up there on the hill.
Is it?
Yeah, 30 to 50.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
So,
I talked to Chris this week. He said he thought he'd be out next week maybe to do that.
but that's what that was for. It's for Gerton's house and then the riprap on Daisy Hill.
Fix that shoulder before the baby.
Yeah, I assume that was the shoulder. I don't know that.
Well, that's where Jack said he wanted to come out and meet with you so he could see. Okay. But he was supposed to be calling you, so. If he doesn't call you, then I can call him for you.
And I did ask our favorite attorney for his bill for the month so I could have that approved tonight too, but he was unable to provide it. So that means
Yeah.
the month of October was for free.
His mortgage must be paid up.
I wish.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I know that
I know.
we've had a couple of extra days.
Oh, he's having a challenge. I don't have any other questions. I just went through it quick. But you guys got anything?
Are we talking about all this stuff under account business?
Well, we're talking about specifically
The claims.
The claims.
Oh, the claims.
There was nothing out of the ordinary except that one JTL one. Everything else is what we normally pay.
So, do we want to, when we talk about the sewer project update, go ahead and approve pay apps?
Because those are not.
Yeah, I think we should. And I would just, when we do the motion, pay app 6, pay app 7, I would just identify the pay app number.
Okay. The other thing we want to do on that is also go ahead and approve the repair contract at Christian.
Yeah, I'd go ahead and do that, because I think you said that you have a quote already, correct? So it's under 50,000, so that should be.
We're ready to roll. We're ready to go.
Exactly.
Boy, get talking to the accident reports in.
It's been busy.
Did you find it with the numbers?
The price was $48,227. That's the first, so we're right under the 50,000 threshold. 48,227.
Yeah, and the way the 50,000 threshold works is it's what is reasonably expected. And so obviously with that quote, we reasonably expect the work to be under 50,000. So if it ends up being a little bit more, it's not the end of the world. So.
Says under 51 too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we want to approve that quote. That quote, I don't know what else you can put into the approval, but that's September 12th.
You want to do all those pay apps and all that repair after
Before, when they do the project update. So we'll need a motion for pay up 6 and 7 to be paid, and then a motion to accept the bid contract for fixed highway 60, bid Christianity at $48,227.
48 months.
227. I think it's, PAF's not going to, or JTL's not going to be here for meeting, so I guess we don't have the other, there's nothing else to say about the sewer project, but those, sewer adjustments.
That's just the one, and it actually fell over, like, it was at the end of one billing cycle, the beginning of another billing cycle, so it was actually kind of like a 2-month thing, just because of the date that it fell in, so.
Brian said he's going to be here.
It's not. I don't know if he talked to Chris to see if Chris was one.
Okay.
I think this is their last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the dates for Frank's meeting last night. He had dates mixed up. He had somewhere down there.
I don't want to report on it.
Good. Bid, based on what's going on with the bridge, part of it. Alright. Do you have the meeting minutes or any highlights from them that you might want to share?
I can go get it.
Yeah, you don't have to get them now. You know, did you think it's pertinent? I don't know what he's saying, like.
Yeah, he didn't go over too much the other night because he did not feel good. Yeah, he was pretty sick and we all didn't really want to hang out with him.
I guess if there's anything you know, you can share it.
Yeah.
In fact, Kathy in the cemetery, I know that she sold some few plots recently.
She was gonna try to be here, so I don't know, she might be here.
She worked identifying some places where people want to bury their ashes. She was pretty busy.
Yeah.
She was running that thing.
Yeah, her and I were over there a lot.
All we gotta do is call them on the inside.
They're not going to complain.
Those
I
guys
bet.
were fine. I shouldn't say that, disrespect.
Pretty much the same. Applications in for Todd's son, Chuck Deacon, on town council in Charleston, working with me in Charleston, did a good one. And then, there's an older gentleman supposed to be dropping his back off. He's, 20-something years in corrections, retired, so that's kind of where that's at. We can get all of them in. I would say they wouldn't be able to get through cremations till February, so beginning of next year, we'd be at full staff.
16.
Yep, they could put us in 2 full-time and 4 reserve. So, I hope, like I said, February, March, that should be where we're at.
We can have 6 reserves. The ordinance allows for 6 reserves, so don't think we're dead at 6.
Correct.
We're full-time plus 6 reserves.
Looking into JAG grant, I think maybe you brought that up last time, which is another grant that will kind of like the federal one, but it's actually all the salary would be paid 100%. So we're looking into that. That would put us at 3 full-time if we could snag that. Back to the other one, we still haven't heard anything. The government shut down, so it's probably gonna put us in a pickle once it all comes through. We're gonna have to be in hurry mode. I hope it is.
Yeah, you never know with the federal government, but I know there has been some discussions about, the 2 parties maybe reaching a deal this week to reopen it, so.
I just have the feeling they're gonna say January 1st. Here we are, November. But we'll get it done, we'll figure it out.
So we can't do anything official.
And then I'll get it. Honestly, do you guys like reading it out and stuff, or you think nobody cares?
What's that?
Or is that more for us to look at?
On the call?
I
Yeah.
would call it call for service. You have to call for service.
We probably don't want to use.
But anyway,
We don't wanna hear about
that
the
info is for you all if you want to look at it. Another bit for a small town, another bit.
Wood Township, the interlocal agreement, Jack and Rainey stopped by the other day and I gave it to her because she said that she couldn't find it. So I gave her a copy of it, said please get it signed, and get it back to me, so.
It's just her signature, it's not her.
Yeah, I told her, I said, all it is your signature, but she still wanted to take it home and look at it. And Jack and I was trying to explain to her, she's already signed the resolution and turned it in, so.
Yeah, and the agreement was attached to the resolution, right?
Yes, yeah. So.
Alright.
Paving projects, of course, we know that's going on out there, and that's due because of weather last week. They were out here trying to blow dry the parking lot and work, like I updated in sync. We were just waiting for them just to show up because of the weather. And then they did over there on Walnut Street, and that was, I know you texted earlier, but that was between Chris and CNR and Chris and Templeton. So they're the ones, I didn't do anything with the bids except for them.
We agreed on it. We're one off. With one bid 1,700, one at 7,900. I'm like, what is the difference? Or 1,800, 7,900, whatever. There was such a distance. But what I expected to see when I drive up here is that we get a section cut out, all of it redone, and put back for $7,000. That's not so cheap. What we ended up with was some patching where those few dips were. So the scope wasn't clear, so we got to make sure.
Well, and I think if ours don't settle anymore, and not do the water and sewer line, that's not city street anymore, you know that, right?
Well, it is up to the alley. That's what it's not.
Right. But there was a patching was done, not.
Okay, Christmas party. So do we want to go with the diner?
Totally agree with that.
Okay, I didn't know if you guys agreed. I know we discussed it, but I didn't know.
I don't really, I just mentioned it to him, and he said, I love it.
Okay.
All I said.
Okay, so we have the town employees, we have, our lawyer, we're inviting him and his girlfriend.
But where are you?
That's actually $29.95.
Just don't bill us for a morning.
Yeah, you can't bill us.
Client relations.
So everybody, if you got questions for Max, say that.
format box and he can just, read them out.
And that could be our entertainment.
There you go. So park board, Friends of the Park, and fire department, what do you guys think?
I don't know.
I know the fire department, they usually chip in.
Fire department hasn't been responding lately.
No.
I don't know.
Cause last year was just us and them pretty much, right?
Well, I'm talking about, do we still have fire department, what I'm worried about.
Yeah. Words all have.
Okay, so who do we invite?
Us?
I'm fine with that.
All of us.
Park board,
Park board, friends.
okay?
We don't know nothing about the fire department, do we?
I'd say we invite them and see who's gonna show up. And
Well, I signed inviting, what about, in the past, they take their own way, is that what?
We didn't have them pay their way last year, we paid it. But we also cooked. We didn't go out.
I don't care, what everybody's comfortable with, just as long as we know what we're doing.
we budgeted for the parties this year.
All right, well, let's do it.
Okay.
I'd say let's get a head count, let's get ours.
Yeah, we gotta have a
Yeah.
head count, so Tim will know about what's there.
Okay. And then what's our limit?
If we budget. $50,000.
No.
She was quick.
I guess we
Yeah,
did.
she was, I gotta get on the phone for some entertainment.
When is
I
the
don't
Christmas
know.
party? December 10th.
Last year we budgeted 1,000.
That-
So, but I don't think we open up the entire menu. I think we just
No.
have a, select like
Two or
two
two meats
things that,
and,
yeah.
yeah.
Tim
And we can even do
suggested-
salad and
Tim
desserts on
suggested
it.
he likes to do ribs and Salisbury steak.
And then like
That's
mashed
his
potatoes, green
suggestion.
beans,
Big comfort food in their house.
and we could do salad and dessert.
$1,000 should be sufficient to pay. We're talking a head count of what? Maybe this room full of 80 people. Maybe.
Maybe.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah. That
Realistically,
would be
probably
big.
50 like last year. And I don't know if you didn't get a price from them like so much a head. I mean, because if it's $10 a head, I'm assuming you can do it for about that. Well, say
Yeah.
$600, $700. Five or stuff. $1,000. Pretty much get around to it. Because you're gonna want a motion, right?
Yeah.
Who was putting that?
Christmas party, right?
Who's that? How much? 1,000?
No, one less zero.
Oh.
Smash.
I like that band.
Town
Right.
signage, so we got all the other signage up, and so,
We got everything up at the, children at play, on Main Street.
okay. And then the welcome signs at each end of town, I've been trying to get down to Amtech to get a price on that, so. Voluntary annexation.
Sure, so Brenna did give me, signed copies of the petitions. I know one included the school corporation, and then the other one, was, Cutter, and it was Cutter, and who was the other?
The
And-
Ruckman,
Rockland First
Cutter,
Christian
and the
Church.
school.
And First Christian Church, of
There's no
course.
cutter in there, right?
No, no,
Oh,
Shelley.
Shelley Cutter.
That's his girl.
Yeah, but they're titled the same property, but anyways, so we got those, and, I know last time we spoke about it, we were kind of waiting to see what Muddy Fork was gonna do. Obviously, they talked about it, but they didn't take action because I don't
less
think was
level
there.
meeting.
And so I guess the question is, at this point, do we want to go ahead and proceed with those two existing voluntary annexations, and then whenever Muddy Fork gets around to it, then we can address it?
Well, we got the schools we can do as well, right?
Well, that's what I mean, like the school, and
Well, we can
then,
do three.
and then
Two.
the school, and then Cutter First Christian Church, or I think those two are together.
They're contiguous property.
So, and so if that's sort of the consensus, what I can do is, in the next week or so, I can go ahead and get the public notices for those two annexations together, get that published, because there's that 20-day, it's gotta be published at least 20 days for the public hearing, and that would at least put us in a good position at the December meeting to knock out those public hearings,
Money for
approve.
every 3 or 4 months.
Okay,
Well, they said they could call a special meeting once Les gets.
and then we can at the very least, we can approve the annexation ordinance on first reading for both, and then, second reading at the January meeting. So that's kind of the plan of attack, is, I don't really know what the benefit is of waiting on money for, but I wanted to check with you all about it first, so. Okay,
Okay.
Update, Pierce was on his way. He had to go home. The bag plane crash in the airport. He lives near there.
oh, yeah, I got a text about that.
So he said he can go home because there's a shelter in place, 35-mile radius.
It was a UPS plane.
What is it?
It was a UPS plane.
Cargo, big one, big one?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
We'll go through this story.
Old State Bank, DOT, I know we all did, met with her and everything, is that something we want to do? Or do we wanna move forward and set up, get a committee going and start moving on that, or do you guys wanna do procurement the other way with bids?
I think that what our next step, she said, was to put together a committee. I would like to get a meeting with JTL. Pierce was, I guess he's the one that's left for that
Yeah, he's
two-man
the,
team until they assign a civil engineer for that project. My opinion is we need to sit down. Like we know, some of the BOT's already done with the plan. We got 100% drawings
Okay.
for that. So that piece of that scoping is functionally done.
Yeah, and so BOTs can be structured differently. Sometimes the BOT includes design construction, sometimes it only includes construction.
And we're at,
So,
yeah, we're just.
develop
I mean,
construction.
I'm really intrigued. Jill said she will save us $60,000 on the project. So she's thinking, we thought we were coming in 460, she's gonna give us the 400. I think we're all ears with that. You know, the money's gonna be, but if there's something that, you know, cause there is overhead with BOTs, and we know that. But if she has the ability to save us that money, I don't know why we don't at least consider it.
so
I don't know if we need to take official action, we need to have a meeting, try to set up a selection committee,
yeah,
plan steps
Do we
forward.
need a?
we normally as BOT council advise clients to either, you know, you guys are the governing board, obviously, so we normally advise you all to, you know, at least do a motion authorizing the issuance of the request for proposals. Now, I don't think those have probably been prepared at this point.
Well, we gotta get a selection committee, and then we'll get to that stage.
Okay, so if you all wanted to go ahead and, you know, appoint the selection committee tonight, you could, but,
Can we make a motion to kind of continue on, but if that we're interested, we'll plan on moving forward?
I mean, you can, I mean, you certainly can, but not legally required.
Okay, well, it's not legally required, but don't do it.
That's what said, the next step is to do a selection committee, is to get JT on call and try, and then us try to figure out who is our selection committee, who we want, 3, 4, 5 people or whatever.
Yeah.
And then try to get with them and try to build a timer on there, and then we can.
How long are the project is this size, what, how many people do you suggest, 3 to 5?
I'd say it's a pretty normal amount for a selection committee. Now, obviously, you'll want only one town council member on the committee, because otherwise it kind of defeats the purpose of the committee. You have to do special meeting notices and all that. And so a lot of times as a committee, you know, you can empower the committee to issue the request for proposals and to make review the proposals and then make a recommendation to the council. Now, obviously, the council would have to make the final decision for the award. But if you wanted, since I know you all only meet once a month normally, well, you know, for the town council meeting, you could give the selection committee the power to issue it, so you don't have to wait another month to issue it if you want to.
I think if we can get our ducks in a row for next month,
Next month, yeah.
then we're having a better opportunity to be able to take that next step officially, official action.
Yeah, and what we could do, that's correct, and so to try to make it as clean as possible, if you all are ready to move with move with the next meeting, I can prepare a simple resolution that gives the selection committee, that says who's on the selection committee, gives them the authority to issue it outside of the meeting, so you don't have to meet again or wait to meet to release it. So.
And that's additional to the resolution that we did last month.
Right. The resolution last month just adopted the statute, 5.3, the DOT statute.
So since I'm being Brett, our manager, would be better served, should I be on that board as a member, or should it be one other? Or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Like I said, just no more than one member.
We can flesh that out too.
Right. And you can have someone on the selection committee that's not even, a town employee. I mean, you could have someone park board or just a citizen. You could have like a regular citizen on the committee if you want to.
We were thinking about having a couple of them.
Okay.
See if they would spend the time to help us with the process.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. They run. The group they run. Us.
Yeah, I would say that's fine as long as you wouldn't want someone on the committee that's going to do a DOT proposal. Like I don't even know if Cutter Construction does.
We're covered with unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Okay, I just want to make sure.
When we first started talking about this project, because he's done so many projects, we got his opinion on it.
Okay.
I think you can take, a few hours. We'll flesh it out, so if you want to develop the meeting,
Yeah.
set that up with everybody.
Yeah. And also, I'm waiting to hear from our anonymous donation that might come through. We might find out about that on Friday. So, and then, what else? So, Radius and I have been working on the Creating Places, the fundraising thing, but we're waiting to see if we're going with the DOT or whatever we're going with. So because we have to set the amount that we're requesting, so you know what I mean? And we have to put in the amount of the project. So that's why we're kind of waiting on that. But we didn't want to get too close to Thanksgiving, so but we're kind of pushed back to that. We'll see what happens. Light Up Borden is the 23rd. Cameron's supposed to be getting back with me, and we did get a donation from Temple and Temple of $1,000 for town hall. And the park we're working on that. The lights should all be going up the week of the 17th. So our lighting company will be doing that. Group insurance, Caitlin sent me the spreadsheet that she's requiring, so I need to send it out to everybody to see who wants to try and get on group insurance and see what that cost would be. And then I just wanted you guys to be aware, Troy Cook signed, he got smashed up all down there, so I'm working on that. I don't know if it's
I did know that.
maybe you can help me with it. We're wanting to.
I actually did that, so if you're doing it the same, it would be no problem.
The thing we talked about is whatever the sign standard is now throughout the park, that's just follow. So whatever we come up with that.
They did the same thing. Lama Flex ribbon cutting is December 10th at 1 p.m. I'm working with One Southern Indiana, and they said, but they are set up for ribbon cutting, so they have a tent if we need it, they have chairs if we need it, they have the mic, they have everything. Rick Cutter, he talked about, he would supply the cocktails and appetizers, and we're gonna go inside and look at the building and check it all out. So, a lot planned in there. Wood Car Grant, they will be meeting tonight in the back council room here at 7 p.m. to go over the applications. And we had 2 applications, one from the Friends for the Century Walk, which is what I'm getting ready to talk about, and then the police department.
Yeah, whatever you, the safety.
The safety.
For the police.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. So we need a clone of
Leanne.
Leanne so we can put her in the other room too. Yeah.
Don't
So-
start talking around there.
Yeah.
Look, quick.
Sensory walk, the Friends last night voted to pay the whole amount for the $9,681.some. If they don't get funding from the Lions Club and Wood Card, they ask for $3,200 from each one of those entities. So hopefully we'll get that. Then Ready 1.0 funding, working with LMH Engineering to get that draft letter over to them to send out, so we can move forward with that. Blah, blah, blah. South Monon Trail had a meeting last week. Nothing really going on too much with them, although the Meta grant, we talked about doing like the security, like cameras and stuff for both buildings. So Sadie and I had a brainstorming session, and so Sadie is applying for internet for out here at the thing. So if we thought that we'd have a better chance if we united together, we apply for the internet plus all the security cameras for this building and that building. So, because instead of doing it twice, then we're competing against each other, it's a little better, collaboration. The Wi-Fi. What do you mean?
It's available, but you gotta pay to install it.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get extended.
Yeah.
Telemedia.
No, media, they would probably like to be on board with some of this.
Well, she's already contacted them. I gave them the information.
They do a lot of donation work.
Yeah. So, because she was getting a quote on it and talking to them and everything, so. But we figured the collaboration between the two, we had a better chance, both of us, of getting our needs, or our wants. He's already talked about cops and Jack Grant. I've been working with the girls at River Hills. They're still getting information for the Jack Grant. Park erosion, I guess we'll be contacting DNR. And then it comes down to the school lab. So Steve had sent out that, and so we just need a motion to approve that.
There's $90 per quarter page. And that forwarded the invoice to pay, which just needs to take action on that.
That's it. Oh, and then Faith's got software.
One quick thing on the other business, really, last night the Friends took official action and have officially adopted Dave Ruckman's plan for starting support, so they can help guide that through the grant. It's notable to us because of our property ownership. So I like that. Now,
Oh, you guys, I gave you this, when I emailed it to you, I didn't print out copies, just because it was several pages long. It is the quote for, the software system, which would allow us to upgrade to a cloud-based system, from our current software. It's the same company, just a cloud-based, but it also would allow us to have the online bill pay and be able to basically access the software from anywhere. So where right now we kind of have to mirror a computer here on site. If you looked at the quote, the payments are in 3 stages. We would start out with an $1,000 initial payment just to get the ball rolling. And then we would pay a payment once they got the software installed. And then we would have a final payment after we completed the training. The training is the unknown. They have it as the max on the quote, but it could be much less than that. I did ask them if there was a possibility of, rather than paying them to come down on site here, if I was just to take a few days off from work and go up and sit with them, to kind of help save some of that money. So. Not to exceed price is $33,825.
do that, but not to do.
And I really don't think that the training cost is going to be that high. And I am going to push to be able to go to them and not have to have them, because you can see above the payment schedule on that page how much it costs per, like $70 per day for meals when they have to come down here. Come on now. I'm the car snack guru. I can just go up there and we don't have to spend $70 per day on meals. So I am working with them, but that last
Let's don't
training
get them to
piece.
do our Christmas party.
So, but I am working to get that part like condensed down as much as possible. I even offered to go with another town that's small like us, that maybe we could go up for training together and split that cost of training up there. I mean, I've tried to work that angle multiple times, and they are reviewing that part of it. But this was what I had asked for so that I could present it to the council.
Where are they based out of?
They're based out of Muncie.
Oh, that's not too far.
Yeah. So.
33,825.
And just so you know, the timeline would be 4 to 5 months once we sign, that we would be up and running, 4 to 5 months.
So January 1's not reality anymore.
Not, I mean, they can possibly get started on it, but we aren't going to be in full mode for 4 to 5 months. And we may be a little bit sooner than that because we haven't been on the software for that long. So we don't have a lot of like garbage in there that they have to like clean out and move around. But they're saying 4 to 5 months. So I don't, wishful thinking it would be less than that, but you know, Murphy's Law isn't always on my side.
So if we approve tonight, date starts tomorrow, 45 months from tomorrow.
Would be around the time that we would be renewing our software keys anyway for our software. So, and that would just be prorated. That would just be a prorated amount at that point. So, because that won't be in addition to this quote.
Yeah. We need a motion to go forward. I'm assuming we are. We're so much in bed with them already.
Well, it's the State Board of Accounts. Like that's the State Board of Accounts uses this software like when they are making their rulings, when they ask for reports, they base it off the Keystone software. So it is the Cadillac software of a lot of Indiana towns.
So my concern still with voice, as I shared before, we have reporting problems, we have allocation issues. I don't know if that's us or them or somewhere in between. We're just gonna keep it there. We've been told January 1, now we're looking at somewhere probably March, probably maybe.
Well, I mean, I didn't know the timeline at the time, and you know, we had to wait for this to come out, the quote to be presented, and I have been harping and harping and harping with them to try to get it even sooner so that we could be in the queue to get it sooner than that. And I'll still continue to harp and try to get us pushed up more, but I don't know if I'll be successful.
You guys share my concern.
Yeah, but I don't know what you did. I mean, what's the option?
There's other companies. There's companies. Washington County does not use, they got rid of voice because of the expense. They got so expensive, especially after COVID. I was told everybody that's the way. So they use another. And then there's other ones that we discussed on. There's other options. And although the state board of accounts may use this, municipalities and towns using other software that will work. I'm saying I think we're too far in bed with them now, back up. I just sure wish it worked.
Yeah.
Because what we're getting now in reports, I don't know if we have a financial report tonight, but what we're getting in reporting is not something we can rely on. Because we see quickly after seeing one really for 10 months into the year, there's several issues that we found. So, well, that's the reason I had made the comment in the last meeting. If we see monthly reports, and we can start asking questions then,
I've lost a lot of confidence in them because when we first got into this with employees, we were supposed to have it year one. They got kicked 6 months, they got kicked 6 months, they got kicked 6 months. We keep getting kicked down the road, now we're almost 2.5 years into this term.
I think
we
everybody,
still don't have a solution.
everybody agrees with that, but I don't say.
Well, we've had a merger too.
We're in pretty deep right now.
Yeah, we're deep, so I think we have to go one forward, but I sure hope we get things
Well, let's just hope that
streamlined,
does
get reporting.
have that all that, we're all reporting, all the information that you get, heard, what all the
Yeah. I think that's the reason, that monthly
Sure.
financial reports are necessary for us to.
So, like, we gotta pay this, is there other charge, a yearly and monthly?
There'll be a yearly charge afterward, but we pay a yearly charge now for the software.
Right.
So, yes.
So based on it anyway, our yearly annual fee is gonna go to 13,000 just with this module, right?
Yeah, it'll go up from what we're currently paying. We pay about almost 8,000 now for our annual fee.
So we're gonna be at $21,000 a year.
So, I guess.
No, we won't pay that 8 anymore. It'll only be the new fee.
So that 11,470 includes our total contract?
Yeah,
That's
so
what I
right,
just asked, if this module's the 13.
yeah, so what we currently pay for everything is about $8,000 for our software keys. We will no longer have that fee. We will only have the, like, 13, whatever the amount is, so.
My
Yeah.
question was that, do they give any guarantee, do they give any, I don't know, some, what do you get for that lets you feel like, okay, there's a problem, okay, there, quickly, what do they tell you on their customer service?
So currently I don't have the ability to take full advantage of their, like, help desk, because their help desk is only during the hours that I work my full-time job, and they don't have help desk hours after hours or on the weekends when I'm typically in the office. But number one, there's a lot of other municipalities that have it, so I have that support from other CTs. But I also have this new software has all AI help. So, I can go out and look for help with AI for this particular software.
Let's just hope it improves and doesn't happen. It's slow, we all know that. I don't think there's anybody who wanted this to go faster anymore than safety.
I don't know, my campaign promises are sitting on this. Right here at church,
Never
weekly.
made promises.
Well, we all made those promises, but that was one of the things we heard, our information, the promises.
I wanna go
Weekly,
back.
it was probably the number one thing that we told people quickly.
Well, and we could have delivered it quickly, but we would have had to have changed it later on down the road anyway. So I just kind of held out for
Right.
the better version, because otherwise it would have just been a portal where you go in and put your payment in. This is actually like, you can go in and actually look at your invoices and view like real-time information, where the other stuff was just, you put it in, I'm paying $50 and being done. Like,
Let's
there's
just
not
hope
any
it's
kind
working
of.
well, let's hope it's good.
Was approved very, very good.
This is the only bill I have to pay.
Trust me, I'm fully aware.